Alright, so Jeskai Delver. So Burn got a lot better with the printing of these red lands that let you cycle them to draw a card. So I kept trying different things in Blue-Red Delver to make the Burn matchup a bit better. I felt like we were largely being unsuccessful at that, so the easiest answer to how do you beat Burn in Modern is register 4 copies of Lightning Helix alongside your 4 copies of Snapcaster Mage. I also was looking for a creature that ideally doesn't die to Searing Blaze, and Restoration Angel is a very elegant creature that doesn't die to Searing Blaze. Now, the difference between this deck specifically and something like, say, the Jeskai Tempo deck that we played a little bit of a Spellqueller in Teferi is I want you to visualize this curve here, 16, 6, 7, 7. And now I want you to look at this one here where the curve is 13, 8, 9, 6. Like, the curve in this deck is a good bit higher than in this little bit lower to the ground, a little bit more burn spells in it deck. So I'm basically just splashing white in here. This lets us also play cards like Path to Exile instead of... We're playing Path to Exile instead of the Magmatic card that we've played when we're just blue-red. We get some Stony Silences to help us fight Wars under their artifact decks. We get Celestial Purge and Wear Tear to take Ghirapir Aether Grid off the table, and I've added in an Engineered Explosive since we have a third color as well. So with that, let's go ahead and dive on into a league with this one and see how it goes. Chaos Magic Chuck, thank you for the 4 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, you gotta kill people in Modern, Burgle. Delver's a cheap clock. Delver's a cheap clock. It's part of the appeal. Having a proactive 1-mana play. This is fine, right? Opt will get us there. Opt is an incredibly powerful cantrip that makes this hand a perfectly reasonable keep. Anybody believe that? No? No one? Weird. Weird. Well, this deck only has 24 lands in it, so... Wooded Foothills Astrolab. Are we about to get Blood Mooned? I bet we're about to get Blood Mooned. Oh, we're gonna get Ren in 6. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Excellent. Red source, please. Get 3 shots to the red source. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Ding, ding, ding. Jokes on them. My Delver wasn't going to flip anyways. The other option for Saturday is I don't play Magic and I do something else, which also sounds more appealing the more Modern I play. I'm just going to pass here and snap opt. I think if I play the Delver, it's probably going to die anyways. They shocked in a land, thinking of like a Call Against Command or an Abrupt Decay or something here. There are Birds of Paradise deck. Interesting. The adventure mechanic seems sweet. We already replaced the Stoneforge emote, Toxic Flames. They could just be Jund with Stoneforge. Yeah, we don't really know what they're doing yet. They could be the Niv-Mizzet deck. Deck for 2. Why not block with Snap? Why should I block with Snap? Here's a question. Who do you think's the beatdown in this matchup, Pithy? Do you think they're the beatdown? Do you think I'm the control deck? So role assessment is the reason to not block with Snapcaster there. I am assuming that I am the aggro deck who's trying to kill them. Smells like a 5-mana Niv. Yeah. One, two, three, four, five. They drew 6 cards with that. Not bad. Please flip to a bolt, ideally. Helix. Helix will do. This is why I didn't think I'm just killing this. I don't think I can. They have a Kaya in their hand, and they have an Izzet Charm, so I don't think I can burn them out from here. It's possible I'm supposed to just play. It's possible because I know they have Izzet Charm and Call. I'm supposed to just Helix from hand and then hold up Spell Snare. Oh, they have like a Wrath of God here. So they can Kaya my Delver and then like Izzet Charm a Snap here. They have Supreme Verdict, sure. Alright, they're at 7. Hey, Root Samurai. Thanks for doling out a sub gifty. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure, even a visit. Sure. So we're gonna gain 2 with this. So their hand is Bring to Light, Izzet Charm, Bloodbraid Elf, Niv Mizzet, and I believe one card I don't know if I've been following correctly. It's hard to track exactly what they took with Niv Mizzet in this client. It's not like Arena where the cards that I know are in their hand are flipped up. These are cards that have just like been revealed at some point, and then I have to manually keep track of it. And if I dug through the log file on the right side here, I could probably figure it out, but I don't want to take time out of actually playing to do that. Whatever their 5th card is about to kill this Restoration Angel, isn't it? Like a Terminate or something. I got Spell Queller. Wow, that's wild. I think that's probably the game. 5th card will get you every time. This is gonna sit here and gain them some more life, so I don't think we really have any counterplay here. Trying to find a deck that I enjoy playing in Modern that also feels competitive always makes me kind of hate the format. It's really not fun. Every time I feel like anytime I'm close to finding something that I kind of like playing, if I just keep playing it, it's always gonna end up being like, nah, this actually sucks. Disdainful Stroke's obviously great here. I don't know, Negate and Force of Negation are good enough. Maybe Celestial Purge is fine. Probably supposed to be on Path to Exile. Although I think I'd rather just be countering their things. Like, do I want to bring in Path, or do I want to hope to just, like, Leak Stroke or Retort Niv, or, like, go around it? Could, like, give up these Helixes and have a little bit less burn. Man, I wish I could play Elves. It's really frustrating that they printed Plague Engineer. I really liked Elves as a deck. That was like my safe spot for like a deck that like felt reasonably competitive, but like I also enjoyed the play patterns of it. Yeah, Plague Engineer sucks, chat. Like elves could race the Faithful Stooning decks a lot of the time. It's just you never beat a Plague Engineer. You just like die in a giant fire. Should probably just play Valakut Titan with a hedge for the burn matchup. That's probably a good play to win line. All of these decks I kind of like feel really bad, so if I play, I might just do that. Nah, I don't think Goblins is very competitive. I think it's fine, but I think it's just a bad Tron deck for the most part. I don't really enjoy Valakut Titan, but, like, Magic tournaments also, like, there's going to be infinite downtime. So, like, the tournament's going to last 10 hours, but I'm only going to play Magic for, like, 3 of it, if that. There's a Modern Format Champion. There's a Modern Format Championship event on Saturday. That's true. Tried and true Modern strategy. Just hope they don't draw their meaningful card. Peak Modern. I mean, like, the tournament doesn't destroy family time. That's the convenient part about playing tournaments from home. Is like there will be 30 plus minutes of downtime every hour. So it's not like when I travel for a tournament weekend. I'm gonna concede to Renin 6 here so I don't feel like dealing with it. Yeah, when streaming became my job, DM, I put my kids into daycare full time so I could treat this like a job. Will I stream it? No. Nah, I have a full deck queue, PK Jeff. I don't really like best of one. I don't even know if I'm playing in the tournament on Saturday, so I don't have answers to your questions. Jeff, are you going to stream the thing you don't know if you're playing in? No, because I don't know if I'm playing in it. Is the answer to your question. You think I should Stone Rain them? Yeah, I should totally Stone Rain them. That sounds like a good idea. They're going to play Renin 6, and I'll curl up in a little ball and cry. But, like, if they were going to play Renin 6, they could have played it around Mana Leak anyways. Hey, look, we cycle past another land. Hey, look, there's another land on top. Yay. I'm glad I scheduled 3 standard decks today at least, because it's looking like it's going to be a short modern day. The first league blowing through real quick. And for those that haven't read this book before, this is the part where I draw an instant or sorcery with Fiery Isle, and then the Delver continues to not flip afterwards. Ooh, we didn't draw it. Look at that. Your mana's a little leaky over there, opponent. You should get that checked out. Holy crap. I don't know what to do with my hands, chat. I don't know what to do with my hands. Man. Has cancel culture gone too far? Should we cancel Niv? I feel like Niv deserves to be canceled. He's not a good dragon. Deafening Clarion resolves. Alright, if they have nothing here, we kill them with Colonnade. Hey, look, they have nothing, and we get to kill them with Colonnade. Weird. We mana leaked their 5 mana spell and they died. That's strange. What a strange outcome. Yeah, we've played Blue-White Stoneblade. You can always find all the decks that I've played on my website and my YouTube channel. Everything neatly organized and cut up deck by deck. We stay very organized around these parts. I think I'm happy with my decision. Maybe I want this Force of Negation to give me an extra way to counter counter Renin 6 on the draw. If I go like Delver on 1. Yeah, the Helixes are mostly there, Burgle, to finish off a Renin 6 or race them a little bit. Force counters half of their nibs because of Bring to Light. That's a good thing to point out. I'm gonna bring in the Negate too. I didn't think about that. Rum Titan, thank you for the brand new Prime Sport. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. Yeah, I wanted to just like, I wanted the blue-red Delver deck we've been playing to have a better burn matchup. And adding Lightning Helix is a good way to do that. Pretty easy mulligan here. Yeah, this is fine. Put a card on the bottom. Is it Nimble Boy? I think it's Nimble Boy. I think I'm just going to hold up Snare / Opt on 1 here. Because I don't want to, I feel like if I play Delver and they play Ren, I like lose on the spot. If they don't play Ren, I still get to use my mana for the turn. Ding. Squibfish, thank you for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one. Thank you, sir. Please don't have another. Oh, never lucky. Well, they don't have a land at least. Alright. Okay, and looking for more threats at this point. Be looting with Izzet-Charm. Ice Fang Cuddles, sure. Oh, I had non-sub mode turned off when we played Warhammer yesterday. It's still off. That's fine. They can hang out until they get rowdy. My lack of a threat this game could very well mean we still lose. You do have the start of standard blocked off yet. No, I don't really have any intentions of playing Brawl. The deck queue system is what keeps me employed here by and large. So as long as there are decks in the deck queue, that'll always pretty much be the focus of what's going on here. Might be right to negate that. I don't know. I kind of want to snap bolt this Ice Fang. I guess I could also snap Opt. Yeah, maybe because I have this Helix in my hand, I'm gonna snap Opt because they're gonna get unlocked here soon. So I think I just want like max counter spells in my hand. I also like just want more actual threats. So like this Snapcaster Mage could potentially turn into another threat or another counter spell by opting. Yeah, Mana Leak sounds great. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted for Christmas. I don't know if I can stomach playing a bunch of non-foil cards in the Brawl event. That's kind of gross. I don't know if I can bring myself to do it, chat. I don't know how the rest of you stomach it every day. No deck sleeves either. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You want me to sacrifice a creature? Yeah, that's fine. That one, Moto. Make the default choice, please, Moto. All right. Let's take a peekaboo, shall we? It's crazy to just leave them all of these. I'm gonna take the Spell Queller. It's pretty annoying. I'm surprised they're not burning the trophy here. I mean, I'm pretty happy they're not burning the trophy, so God bless, I suppose. So, this deck's goal is to be aggressive game 1, Jace. So, you can either, if you really need to, you can double up burn spells or like block with a Snapcaster plus bolt something. But in general, the plan is just kill them. Yep, Helix their blocker. Okay. So we know they have Dub's trophy here, unfortunately. So we're going to need probably another threat to finish them off. Yep. We kind of have a threat in Colonnade here. This game's actually a good example of a game where what's the word I'm searching for? Fairy Conclave would be better than Celestial Colonnade. So the reason why I elected not to use the Stroke as opposed to the Mana Leak is we're getting to the point in the game where Mana Leak's going to be drawing dead. That's pretty unfortunate. Anything Mana Leak could counter at this point, Stroke is guaranteed going to counter. Ice Fang was a very good draw there. Sure. I don't really care about Bloodbraid Elf here. Their hand is Trophy, and then one card I don't know, and now they have a Spell Queller. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess I should have known that was coming. I guess I should have played this in response. I'm gonna strike this Bloodbraid, just to use my mana at this point. Worth noting that during sideboarding for this game, I turned this a Helix into this. So if this had been a Helix, I'd have killed this and then untap and killed them with a land, but we'll probably draw a land. I don't know that I'm focused so much as just like disheartened. Thanks for the 13 months, Genesis. You're correct. I did not give my opponent a chance to make a mistake. Ultimately, I don't think it really mattered, though. Gamble's a pretty good one. Their last two cards are both Assassin's Trophy. I think the double trophy probably kills us here. I suppose they could brick and we could draw some threats, but we're definitely pretty far behind at the moment. I get to fire up Colonnade, and then I get to negate their first trophy, and then they trophy it again, I assume. But then if they like draw any big drop that I would have otherwise been able to Disdainful Stroke, but then can't because I'm tapped out, I'm dead. Nice, Beansy, congrats. The flash deck's a lot of fun when it works. Yeah, there's a lot of decks like that. I think the opponent's deck is very similar to, like, the Goblins deck we talked about earlier, in that, like, it's a deck that's kind of designed to beat up on the really fair decks in the format, just like Tron does, but it also just, like, has a bad Tron matchup, because it's slow and mopey and doesn't have a lot of meaningful interaction. Alright, so we're going to 12 here. Alright, the last card's blank. They have 4 power in play, though, which kills us pretty quickly. Love to draw, like, Restoration Angel here. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Hey, thanks, Isha. I appreciate the tier 3. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I mean, I want to play 5-color in Modern, but you can, like, go back and watch us play the 5-color deck in Modern. It's, like, not a good time. While it looks excellent, like, a lot of decks that aren't good in Modern look good against what we play on stream, because a lot of the decks people submit for us to play on stream also aren't good decks. So, like, our like, D- decks get beat by, you know, C+ decks. If that makes sense. Nah, I don't really do any type of sporting stuff. Never got into it. Oh, brutal. And good top deck deserves another, I suppose. I guess I'm technically winning this race, huh? If they draw bricks the next 2 turns, they die. Oh, 3 turns, they have a Birds of Paradise. It's not a particularly good one. We can't all be Restoration Angel though, huh? That's true. It does counter Ren in 6. And we're dead. We drew the best card in our deck, they drew the best card in their deck, and we died horribly. And it only took us 35 minutes to lose to that. Yikes. Yikes. Nope. In fact, after playing the 2 leagues I've played this morning, I might choose the deck of skip the tournament. Whenever this is why I didn't play anything at all before the MCQ last weekend. Practicing Modern blows, theory crafting it, and just crossing your fingers is where it's at. Actually playing Modern makes me kind of despise the format. If I care about the results, slamming terrible decks and memes is whatever. But, like, trying to, like, actually be invested in the outcomes of my games, just, like, this format's, like, too swingy. There's too much variance to really do that. No, I'm definitely not playing Vanafear. We played Vanafear this morning, and that deck's just, like, it's just a linear, like, kill you deck. That's just not very interesting. It's not Kiki Chord. Who's excited to die next turn? I know I am. I know I am. I am super ready for Historic. Super duper ready for Historic. Yep. Maybe they have nothing. To be young, to be naive. This is Modern. This feels really good after banning the person earlier who assured us that Modern was slow and fair now. Welcome to the new slow fare, Modern. Enjoy your stay. Put in a couple more removal spells, call it a day. Yeah, I agree. It's a really low bar, right? Like, less obnoxious than Hagak is still pretty obnoxious. It's definitely not a turn 4 format. Yeah, I hope they do the right thing and ban Nexus and Historic. That would be great. Yeah, to a degree, and like that's the other part of Modern that I don't really like, right? Like Thoughtseize decks also don't really generate interesting games a lot of the time. Like you strip away a lot of the back and forth with Thoughtseize decks. That's true. That was a 5-turn game. My opponent took 3 turns. I took 2 turns. 2 plus 3 is 5. It's basic math, really. The most basic of math. Yeah, Burgle, but again, like, that deck's not the norm, right? Like, that's not the norm we're experiencing in the format. Like, the only reason that first match was reasonable is because my opponent was playing a crappy deck, and I was also playing a crappy deck. And, like, casual Magic with a Modern ban list of crappy deck versus crappy deck, that's fine, and it's always been fine, right? But, like, sticking your fingers in your ears and pretending that, like, that's the norm is silly because it's not. Yikes, give her. Well, gotta kill that one. Kill it with fire. Or lightning, you know, depending. I hope they add Thoughtseize into Historic, but also don't give it to my opponents. There's an honest Magic statement if I ever heard one. That please put Thoughtseize into Historic, but I am the only one who's allowed to register it. I think some of the adventure cards are a combat thought erasure. I don't know, that's an interesting thought. Not all of the adventure cards have an effect that costs 1 mana though, right? Yep. I think the problem with these flashbacks, they don't grind card value, and they don't kill consistently fast enough to beat aggro. Well, I mean, your assessment there, I think, is just completely off base because you're not understanding the point of these decks. So your statement there shows a fundamental misunderstanding of role assessment in Magic, and the point of playing decks like this has always been to have proper role assessment. So you don't have card advantage to beat mid-range. That's true. You don't have card advantage to beat mid-range. You know what you don't need? You don't need card advantage to beat mid-range because in the mid-range matchup, your role isn't a card advantage role, it's a kill them role. You don't race fast enough to beat the aggro deck because your role in the aggro matchup isn't racing them. You're right. We don't have card advantage to beat mid-range and we don't race to beat aggro because that's not what you're supposed to be doing in those matchups. The appeal, and in my opinion, the interesting part about playing these decks is because you're not always doing the same thing in every matchup. This decks like this assume an aggressive role against mid-range and controlling decks, and they assume a controlling interactive role against aggressive decks and combo decks. Yeah, the Yarok deck in Standard does that to a degree. It's a little bit different rules, like it's a go over the top deck versus a heavily interactive deck, but similar ideas apply. Yeah, basic tempo deck stuff. Sizing up decks like rock, paper, scissors is just idiotic. It's not like trying to force everything into a mold just doesn't make sense. All right, Snappy, time to take one for the team, bud. Yeah, most people aren't going to be spending wild cards on fetches, though. Rather than spending 80 wild cards on fetches, you'd rather just buy booster packs of the things that you actually want. Alright, so we need to draw an Abrade here. Alright, I'm gonna go play Standard. These were both decks that I added to the queue because I thought I might want to play them this weekend. That novelty has worn off. If I play this weekend, I'm gonna find something super linear, and I'm just gonna play it cold. Bant Pot is fine, but it's just not a powerful enough deck. Like the combo it's trying to execute is not consistent enough. It's a little bit too exposed to interaction. The average card quality is not high enough. Nah, Twiddle Storm's bad. It's not super consistent. This deck is just cute. This is the type of deck that I really like to play, and it's the type of deck that I just want to desperately be good in Modern, and it's just not good enough against a lot of things. I think this deck is okay against things like humans and burn, and even, honestly, it's probably fine against Devoted Company that we just played against. There's always going to be people that, get greedy and go over the top of you, like the 5-color Niv, that is just, not worthwhile. No, I'm not playing Brawl to get uncommons. I'll just buy booster packs when the set drops. I like how I talk about, and nothing says peak Twitch chat, like talking about just playing a good deck and then getting 8 suggestions for decks that are terrible. never change, Twitch chat. Never change. All right, let's play some standard.